Hey guys, welcome back to Tutorial Tuesday. This is Adam. Today I'm going to teach you how to play Why Georgia by John Mayer. By the end, this is what you're going to be able to play. Okay, so let's get started. I do play it slightly different from the way John Mayer plays it, so if you don't like what you just heard, feel free to look at one of the other tutorials, but I think my way is personally easier and sounds the same. So, here we go. G chord, starting off. Third finger on the, middle finger. Alright, let's start over. G chord, middle finger, 3rd fret, 6th string. Ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Okay, we're going to play just the thumb on the 6th string to start off with. And then we're going to play the 2nd and 3rd string with ring finger and middle finger. And we're going to hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So that's how we get the... Okay, next we're going to slap. And let me talk about now about when I slap, I flick out my index finger out of habit from a lot of other finger style things that I do, and it's going to come to play later, but it's important to practice this slapping with the thumb and flicking out the index finger. You can check out my tutorial that I've already posted on thumb slap finger style technique for more help, but you're going to need to be able to do it on this part. The flick is what you need. So, not jumping ahead too much, but here, when I slap, you'll hear you can kind of hear the flick, and then you might even hear my index finger coming up and playing a note. It's not very loud, so it's not important to play that, but just know that it's there. Okay. So, next you're going to play open on the 5th string. And then this is the D chord of sorts. You're going to put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string and your middle finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string. I'm going to play it with my thumb and my index finger. 5th and 4th string together. Then middle finger of the right hand on the 3rd string. On just the 3rd string. Then you're going to slap. Then you're going to play 5, 4, 3. You see my pinky doing this because I'm used to muting it. You don't need to worry about that yet, but if you're being a perfectionist, you don't want these notes ringing out too much. Like, so sometimes you'll see me doing extra things that you don't really necessarily need to worry about. Okay? So that whole thing really slow. Okay, next part, and this is the part that I changed because I think it's a lot easier to play this way. What you're going to do is, it's a C chord, kind of, and you're going to put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And to start off, we're going to be moving around index and pinky to get all these different notes. But we start off with the index finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. We're going to play the 5th string with thumb, and then the 2nd and 3rd string with middle and ring finger. We're going to do a hammer-on with a pinky on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Oops. Okay, and if you haven't done a lot of pinky hammer-ons, it could be tough. You just got to smash it into that fret as hard as you can, and you'll get better at it. Okay, next we're going to do a slap and a flick. And this time the flick is really important because after we flick, we're going to pull off with this index finger off of the 2nd fret of the 3rd string to open. So we're going to hear. Make sure you lift up this without making too much noise before you get to the slap. Okay, that's going to take some practice. Just make sure when you slap, you're not covering up the strings, because you gotta be able to hear them. Okay. Next, the index finger is going to move down to the 4th string, 2nd fret. You're going to play the 4th string and then the 3rd string with the index and the middle finger on the right hand. Next, you're going to do another slap and flick, pulling off of the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then you're going to play the 5th string with the thumb. Next, you're going to play together the 2nd and 3rd string, slap, 5th string, then 2nd and 3rd string together, this time hammering on 3rd string, 2nd fret to the 4th fret. Okay, so let me play through that very slowly, and feel free to pause or whatever, break it down into little pieces and learn it that way. Okay, I'm going to stop this tutorial there just so it doesn't go too long, but perhaps I'll talk about how I play the rest of the song too, but that's by far kind of like the most tricky finger picking part. So try it slow, and then I always suggest the best way to get better, play it really slow, slow enough that you can keep it in rhythm without pausing. So play it that slow, no matter how slow it needs to be, and then use a metronome. Speed it up one click at a time, one little piece of the metronome at a time. I'm tired, so thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end this tutorial, but thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and please leave comments of other tutorials you'd like me to do. Have a good night.